I think I've first thought about this when I heard that there was a National Grandparents' Day. And the next thing I heard was that there was a National Sweetest Day. It's well known that in Congress and in the Senate, maybe, I don't know about them, but every day is a national something. It's a National Glazed Donut Day or something. And that's a way for Congress to say, well, we did something and make one small segment of the community happy. But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about who decided today was Sweetest Day. It's not, by the way. Any day of the week, any day of the year. Who decides this? And then what's the obligation upon us? It's pretty important, especially during 2020, which has been just a horrible year. And we can all agree that COVID hurt us. Now, all good jokes about mask, social distancing, catching COVID, all of that, those were all done in the first, 3 weeks? Because we thought it was just going to be a couple of weeks. I can remember my church whenever I said, I think we're just going to do Easter when we can open again. And getting howls of, oh, please, we'll be open by Easter. No. And 2020 kind of feels like a year without Easter, if you know what I mean. But regardless, this week, Thanksgiving is declared. I know we have to give thanks, and we have obligations upon us because people a long time ago decided that we would have obligations, and then the commercial world kicked in and decided we would have obligations. I mean, Christmas went from a time where you would share tiny little gifts of things you made and some fruit in a stocking by the fire to commercials where a guy is buying two $70,000 trucks and didn't even check to see what color his wife liked. What are our obligations here? I'm very much in the same place you are. Rather depressed at the way this year has treated all of us. I have an 89-year-old mother, and it has been very hard on her. She's lost one friend, not to COVID, but just because when you get to that age. But she has another friend with COVID. I have several dear friends with COVID right now. The guy I golf with has COVID. People in my church have COVID. It's surging again. And all the politics, that got old fast, didn't it? Well, then there's this Thanksgiving. We already have a big turkey in the fridge, ready to go. Smoked, pre-cooked, the way God intended. But our family may not be able to gather because kids, while they don't spread COVID easily at all, some get it and some then have it on them and they take it home with them. And so families worried. Do we go there? Do we try this? Do we go outside? It's only going to be maybe 59 down here in the south, and I know those of you in the north have already got snow, and I'm aware we have it much easier. I really am. All that's to say, this week can gut you if you don't watch out. This week can just break your heart. Because in your mind, there's this social and familial obligation to have a big meal where everybody sits around and eats it. Then they go watch football. You have to watch the Cowboys and you have to watch the Lions lose. It's tradition. The Pilgrims watch the Lions lose, so we have to as well. But why do you have to? And why do you have to do it this week? I am all for getting together. I love my family, and I love our two children, who are not children by any stretch now. I love who they married, and they married amazing people. And I love the babies. The babies are perfect and wonderful. And I love my mother. She's really my hero. She's 89 going on 15 and having a ball. But she really wants to be around all the people. And the people are afraid of hurting my mom. They're also afraid of hurting me. I'm going to be 64 next month, and they're afraid that, you're getting right up there to where you're in the danger zone. I know. I'm okay with that. My mom's okay with that. We're okay with whatever the virus does to us. Viruses do what they do. But we don't want a little kid to say, to live the rest of their life saying, I killed Granda, I took COVID into that. We don't want that to happen. So just because Thursday's Thanksgiving doesn't mean that has to be the day that your family gathers, that your family has a big meal together. You can choose and create a way to do it later. Can we be sad about this? Yes, of course you're going to be sad. I'm sad. I'm very sad. But just because somebody says this is the day, you're not obligated, just like in Valentine's Day. So many dear, wonderful women and quite a few men hate Valentine's Day because it's all about, oh, you got to be with somebody and you got to have cards and you got to. No, you don't. Somebody just put that on a calendar, and then all the people in commercial land started making more and more obligations. You don't have to. You don't have to gather with your family this week if it's not wise. If you choose to, cool. Really, seriously, it is really your choice. And I'm not going to bash anybody either way. Who am I to judge another man's servant, to quote Paul, who was quoting God, fair enough, in Romans 14. So here's the thing. Just ask yourself a question. Are you sad because you're missing your family? Fair enough. Don't run past the sadness. Somebody tells you to cheer up, tell them to go away, right? But if you're sad because this is the day we do these things, why can't you do those things another day? I mean, Turkey will be out there, and the Lions will be losing. So we can just pick another time, another day, another way. Be creative, and don't let the people who put names on calendars tell you what to do.